ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Oh, today's been a day so far, and we're not done. We were gonna watch the Starship launch, but they moved it to tomorrow, so we have a little longer to go. Hopefully it launches tomorrow, and maybe we can be live for it. Tomorrow, I think we're supposed to have a stream car race, but it's gonna go head-to-head with a truck race. And I would get more views with the truck race. But the stream car race might be more fun. My problem with that is I hate Indianapolis in this. Not Indianapolis. I hate Charlotte in this game. I don't think I've been to Indianapolis. Maybe one time in a multiplayer lobby. Charlotte in this game sucks. Did I get a haircut? No. Definitely not. We're the out of the groove. Hat today. This is a good looking hat. Eric and whoever designed this did a great job. Who do I think will win the race this week? No idea. No idea. Yeah, on the 1.5s this whole year. Wait, where are we going? We're going to Indianapolis. It's a single groove track. Denny won at Pocono. He's never won at Indianapolis, and he needs it for his Grand Slam. So there's a lot of talk about that. And, you know, one of the turns at Indianapolis is identical to a turn at Pocono. Or no, one of the turns at Pocono is, yeah, I had it backwards. But anyway, I think whoever was strong at Pocono probably also going to be strong in Indy. Maybe the Chevys and the Fords will make small gains. But I wouldn't be shocked if Denny pulled it off. Do I like the MLB? I like the Red Sox. The rest of the teams I don't care for. So I might have a somewhat custom setup on. I'm going to go ahead and put it back on the regular. I'm at the shop vacs. I saw a cheap one on sale. Almost got it the other day. All right. Let's go with the neutral setup. And start. Good to see you, Stacy, Skitch, Rusty, Mason, Sprinter Black. Oh, apparently I'm in manual still. Let's go ahead and try to run in the chase cam. Favorite team, the Reds, aren't doing too well. My other favorite team, the White Sox. Oh, I forgot there's a fifth gear. I gotta run in automatic this weekend, so I don't do that. This track is way too tight. There's no way Charlotte in real life is this tight. I've run it for years in iRacing back in the day. And I never felt like it was this tight. That was sketchy. That's as high I get. That is as high as you can get in the wall or in the corner. Pause. Headset. I can hear myself think. There we go. That's so much better. I turn it up so I can play Call of Duty. So on fresh tires, apparently the bottom is faster. But this track is just so tight, I don't feel like the bottom works very well for me. But then, from what I've seen, people migrate to the top in league races. Honestly, I could start and park this weekend. If the stream car race interferes with the truck race and I would rather broadcast the truck race, I could start and park just to get points. I hate Charlotte so much. And that means a lot coming from me. Because we've run 2 road courses I did not really have experience on. We ran Martinsville. Or no, 1 road course in Martinsville. Yeah. We have another road course coming up. But if I can stomach a road course in Martinsville and I can't get through Charlotte, which should be one of my favorite tracks on the schedule, that's... I don't know. I feel like something's off. Good to see you, Dr. Derp. I saw that post that you were busy with racing stuff this last week. I hope your schedule evens out for you. I felt like the Xfinity car here raced well enough. I think Dr. Derp and I did that. But this car sucks here. This is just the fixed setup. It is just ridiculously tight. I don't know how the AI cars turn any speed here at all. And I turned it down from 104 to 102. But what I really need to get used to is the car fading on the long run. Oh, goodness. Engine problems. Yeah, we don't want to have issues with really any major component. Engine. Transmission. Suspension, it depends on what it is, whether or not it's going to be like a huge pain. Rusty said this year he'll be camping at Daytona from Wednesday all the way to Monday morning. That's crazy. I feel like that was a decent enough corner. Gonna gain a position there. I think this week might be a big aero battle. Honestly, once the race gets more than 10 laps in, I feel like most everyone's going to single file out. The top 5 might be drafting with each other there somewhat, and I'll probably be somewhere, if I race, like 8th or 9th, just hating life. I hate this track with a passion. And I've never hated Charlotte before. It's usually one of my favorite tracks. And it's like one of the tracks you get for free when you get iRacing, so I probably have the most play time on Charlotte across all different series. And yet I cannot stand it in this game. So do you just have a normal flatbed trailer, or how do you transport your car around? See, Dr. Derb, I do not have speed here in this car. Maybe the Xfinity car. Not this one. This car sucks. There's some tracks it's better at, but this track, I don't know what it is about Charlotte. And it's pretty tight in all series, but I just don't understand why. Especially in the truck series, at most 1.5s, you should pretty much be wide open. And that's according to Matt Crafton. Instead of fresh tires, like 80% of the tracks they go to, you're basically wide open. which I understand that's not engaging gameplay. But it's got to be better than what we're doing here. This is just so rough. So the brand of that shop vac that we were talking about a bit ago, the one I saw on sale, was a Craftsman. I don't... We're so slow. I don't know if I should downshift there, honestly. Just to gain like a 10th? Maybe I could. We're down to 155. I just feel like you also lose about a 10th by shifting. We tried it last time we were here. We're half a lap down already. Well, luckily we don't have fuel enough to go the whole way. It's like it picks up the throttle so slowly. Oh, you got a hauler. Okay. You know, they have like some smaller haulers that go to my local track, and some are like a very small part's enclosed, and then the rest of it just has like an overhang over the car. So it's like part hauler, part flatbed. Looks pretty cool. Skitch is confused at what's going on right now. Oh my goodness. I've been racing this whole time. Hey, you didn't miss much. This track sucks. I hate this track with a passion. I've never hated Charlotte before. It's always my bread and butter. And I hate it here. That's my fault for racing with one hand there. There is just no way that Charlotte is this tight in real life. There's no way. Or they've just missed it in every other game before. It's not this tight on iRacing. And have no comparison. I don't think I've raced anyone. Definitely not anyone with, you know, Gary Owens' speed. I learned at Martinsville, learned it the hard way, that AI at some of the tracks are better than real life people. You turn on 105 at Martinsville and you're not going to keep up. It's just physically impossible to turn a lap that fast. And maybe this is one of them. All right, let's... I would hate to have to shift here every lap. Wait. That might work. A little bit. That might help me a little bit.
Car high.
Oh my goodness. I have to shift here every lap. I am on wheel.
Still there. Clear all around.
I typically... Like when I'm on console back in the day, when this game first came out, I would usually play on controller. Just because it's more convenient.
Stay low.
And I didn't really have a good setup for it. But now I pretty much entirely play on the wheel.
Car Car low.
Oh dear.
Clear low if you
Go ahead
want
and upshift. Just save myself.
it. One
Beautiful.
outside. Clear, clear.
It kind of works. Gotta go real slow here. We'll go and downshift. What settings? I should be on 0 everything. Just for some of the online stuff, like when we're at Talladega, Daytona, or a track where I think we're gonna, make some contact, I might turn it up to 10 stability. Just so slight side-to-side contact doesn't immediately hook me. Ah, steering precision. Yeah, I don't think I'm running precision on the steering. I've tried it, I think, on PlayStation. But over here, I think I'm running custom. I just
door.
hate how tight this track is. It's like, there's not much we can touch in terms of settings. We're not running a custom setup here. And on 45 wedge, and the tire pressure's bottomed out at 13, this car still doesn't want to turn.
Clear high.
Not this stream. I was riding around for like 17 laps or something. I didn't even have the race up until chat told me. But right after last week's race, I came over here to Charlotte while the post race was like about to start. And I turned a few laps and I tried 45 wedge and bottomed out air pressure, and the car still doesn't want to turn. And I just don't remember that being... I don't remember it being so tight back when I played iRacing and on any game before this. Charlotte was kind of a cookie cutter 1.5, just a little off throttle time and then back into it. Exactly, we got that Chick Hicks physics. Wait. We got in the wall there, yeah, but that first wall contact didn't hurt us. Well, check this out.
Inside now. Clear low.
I was gonna T-bone him. I guess we just don't get a caution. Maybe it's good I didn't T-bone him. I need to put this mic up. I've been playing a lot of Black Ops 1. And it's been a load of fun. Real laggy, real glitchy, but it's still fun. I almost have a 2KD, and that frustrates me because I know if I was on mouse and keyboard, I could have like a 3KD easy. So I think we gain a little time, a very little time, by downshifting.
One up high. Clear high. You're all clear?
But when we upshift, the car
One outside.
stalls a little bit, and I'm wondering if it just nullifies any gains we have.
Clear up top.
No kidding. See, I never test on 2 times. Because I have my settings in Quick Race set for 100%. Because I typically run 100% races. Like when I have a clear schedule, I'll run a 100% race of whatever track NASCAR is at. Which we haven't done in a while. But for Stream Car, we're usually running 2 times wear. And so, like last week, I could drive 28 laps, and then the car would be like, oh, it's real loose, oh dear. In last week's race, 2 times wear, whatever we were on, it was like, dear, really tight there. I'd get 7 laps in, and the car would start to slide a bit through the infield portion, So I know I'm supposed to go up top at this point. I was watching Michael Conti run this track, and he's yeah, late in a run, he migrates from the bottom up to the top. Because the bottom's faster, according to him, on fresh tires, and then the top gains the advantage later in a run. Probably not that far in, probably just a few laps in. Wait. That was a really good corner. Except, dude, I hate coming off the corner on this wheel. There's just so much dead zone. Can't feel the track. Oh, great googly moogly. That thing is juice.
One on the bottom.
So, I don't want to reveal anything.
Stay high. Clear inside.
I forget what settings I used to run in controller, but it made running the top really easy. I don't know if I was running some kind of custom or if I was running just precision. But I felt like it was really forgiving compared to the Heat games. But yeah, this game, you know, it's good. I saw a lot of people talking about it in the Discord. The dynamic track, it's good that's going to be a thing because most tracks in this game, most of the standard ovals, become a high side fest. You know, maybe early on you can run the bottom, but the high side is where you carry the most speed. And then it becomes basically every track running like a plate track. The fastest guys just drafting off of each other and then trying to dive bomb in the corners. View stage results, laps led, fastest lap. There's so many small additions they could add that would just add to the, I don't know about longevity of the game, but it would add to the depth. Like, obviously, there's things they could do with leagues. Like, they could actually have an official place to set up and organize leagues and have a spectating mode. That would be awesome. But I feel like the things that are technical, like that would involve a lot more man hours to design and develop. I don't feel like we're going to get any of that. Now, maybe stats, as long as the game keeps up with it, because it's keeping up with your points, then maybe that's a doable thing. But that would be really awesome. Because I know when we went to Martinsville for our stream car race, I ran out of fuel. I was running as long as I could. I ran out of fuel on the last lap of the stage. And so I came down pit road, and so I have no clue where I finished that stage. Because you come down pit road, your position goes off the screen.
Inside.
Larson's closing
Clear,
in.
clear. Outside now.
Let's put a
Clear
couple
outside.
cars in between Larson and myself. Wait, I can pit now. We're about to lose a lap anyway. I think I'll wait until Larson laps me, maybe. This sucks. I think we're just going to have to run the high side. Early on, it's not great. But especially when you're having to back out this early, it works. Oh, but it's so punishing. You're going to see a lot of that Friday. A little tiny contact with the wall. And some massive stack-ups. It seems to me 1 and 2 is a lot more forgiving than 3 and 4. Sadly, we lost 3 Chai or 3 Chi or however it was pronounced. The one and only. I don't know if they ever did a Kyle Busch product, but if they never cashed in on Kyle Kush as a product name, they're just wasting money, because Kyle Kush would have or could have done numbers. My laptop just died. I think. All right, screw it. Oh, oh no. I didn't request a stop. I hate this game. I hate this game so
Bring it
much.
around and pit this time. All right, let us know what you need, bud.
Oh my god. Talk about crazy stuff is when you're in the middle of an online race and having to do your pit selections. That's some crazy stuff. So this should be as loose as we can get the car.
One bottom.
Could just turn him right here.
Clear bottom. One inside. Clear. Car high. Slow down. Clear high.
I'm going to have to practice this pit entry. Since it's not actually a straight line, that's difficult. That's going to get me in trouble. Wait. Did I not confirm my pit selection? All right.
Stay on your blend line here.
Oh, I did it. I did the thing. That's why we got one of the cautions at Daytona.
3 wide.
Somebody came out of the pits in first gear
Clear outside.
and made an oopsie.
Outside door.
Okay, we
Clear
merge
outside.
now. We merge now. Sorry,
Outside
everyone.
door. All clear.
Just for safety reasons, I would love to just run automatic, but I feel like there's possible
outside.
advantages to be gained
Clear all around.
running manual.
Outside now.
You won because of it? That's awesome.
Clear up top.
I need that kind of luck. So the front end... Oh, yeah, by the way, I hate running in chase cam. Commander, if you ever see me just dip out of the pack... I did it at Portland a few times. Just dip off the track. It's
Outside
because
now.
when I race on wheel,
Clear high.
I hate watching my car rotate. It just throws me off.
Fastest lap yet, bud.
I typically run this view, roof cam. It's amazing. For racing offline. When you race with real people, this puts everyone at danger because then you can't, you know, exactly clear yourself.
One high.
But since this is an oval, we'll be
Clear
running
all
a lot
around.
closer proximity. I'm going to try
Outside now.
to run
Clear up top.
in this far chase
Fastest
cam
lap yet, driver.
just to try to be safe. But I'm going to hate it.
Outside now. Clear outside.
The car is definitely better on these adjustments.
One inside. Clear low if you want it. Clear inside.
But it's not where I would want it to be. I could,
Car outside.
but I have
Clear
about
high.
3 brain cells.
Outside door.
And so one false move and it's a bad day for everyone. So I
outside.
think my plan will be on restarts to
One
run
high.
the far chase cam. Try to ride it out until everyone gets sorted,
Clear.
and then I'll go into the hood cam and just run laps. I didn't think it was too bad, though, when we were running it a second ago, because I can actually see right where the wall is,
Outside
which
now.
does help with running the
Clear
high
outside.
side. I just think it's maniac
One on the
mode to run chase cam on a
Clear
steering
inside.
wheel.
One
It's
low.
the weirdest thing.
Clear low.
Thankfully, this game, the car doesn't rotate too much.
That was your best lap ever.
On
bud.
any of the older Technics
Inside now.
games, the car rotates so much.
Car inside. Clear inside.
I could maybe do that on when the tires are a bit worn, but we're going a bit too fast right here for fourth. We have
Driver, that was your
tested
best
that
lap
out a
ever.
bit, and it's all right. Especially if I'm running the lower side, which is not the fastest way around the track late in a
Car
run,
outside.
or on the default setup.
Clear up top.
Once it drops down to like 152,
Car outside.
I can drop it down into
Clear high if
fourth,
you want it.
and it seems like I get a little better launch off the corner, maybe a 10th. But then when you shift back to fifth,
Amazing lap, driver.
you kind of stall for a second.
Inside
And I
now.
don't know if you're giving up the time that you possibly
Three wide.
gain.
Clear low if you want it. Clear inside.
Wow. Well, the fresh tires and the adjustments definitely help against
Outside.
the AI on the
Clear
old
high if you want it.
tires. Gotta catch up to Byron now. My dog's trying to step underneath my pedals. That's fantastic. He has no sense of personal space. Be the middle of the night, he'll just step right on my face.
Car high. Three wide. Clear high if you want it. Clear all
So
around.
Brad drops down the track.
One
Oh, he
bottom.
didn't. Okay.
All clear. Clear low.
My
Outside.
goodness.
One on the bottom.
Ugh.
Clear inside. Clear all around. One low. Clear, clear. One bottom. Clear low.
Christian, that makes me wonder
Clear inside.
if I could dive bomb the corner and drop it into fourth. So we don't really have to worry about the engine blowing up. I just wonder if it would stick if we did that.
Car outside.
Kind of. SVG was in front of us, so
Clear
we don't
high.
really get to see if it worked or not. Bowman retiring, that's official. At the end of 27. So he has one more year.
Car outside. Clear. Outside.
And I'm trying to test this out.
Clear outside.
We might have new tech, but now we're running through lap traffic. Well, not lap traffic. I'm the lap traffic.
One inside. Clear all clear.
Thankfully, my dog just
One outside.
settled down for a second.
Clear outside. Inside. Clear high. Car high. All clear.
It's official. That's rough. Hopefully next year he can go out on a high note. I feel like they already have their replacement selected if he's announcing it this far out. Probably Corey Day. Unless they can nab a top driver from another team, but
One
I
outside.
mean, who all would be available
outside.
and willing to switch manufacturers?
One high.
Maybe by then you
You're
can
all
steal Zilich. No cut regulars, that would be cool.
Car outside. Clear, clear.
I know 1 and 2 is way more forgiving than 3 and 4, so we'll
Outside
try it
door.
again here.
Clear high.
Doesn't quite work.
Car low. Clear low.
1 and 2
Outside
is
door.
just so much better than 3 and 4.
Clear up top.
Oh, man. Let a little bit
Leaders in the pits.
too much out of the wheel there.
1 high. Clear. 1 outside. Clear high if you
Hey,
want
speaking of Bowman, here he is.
it. 1 high. 1 inside. Clear up top. Clear bottom.
Yeah, I don't think we gained that much time by doing the 4th gear strat. It's interesting. It feels interesting, but I don't think, yeah, we're not gaining anything by doing it.
Leader is pitting.
This setup is just a little better than what we run by default.
1 up high. Clear outside. Inside now. Clear low. Car high.
So from what I'm gathering,
Clear outside.
short pitting is going to be a
1
huge
high.
benefit in this
Clear
race.
outside. Car outside.
To those that are competitive.
Stay low.
Okay, Gilliland.
1
Okay.
bottom. Clear outside. Clear bottom. Clear high if you want it.
We've entered the top 10. That's wild. I'm wondering if this has much to do with his health, or if it's a mixture of health plus they wanted to move on
low.
but give him like a
Clear
graceful exit.
Car low. Still there. Clear, clear. 1 low. Clear, all clear.
Hey, Gregson on fresh tires
outside.
getting by him, but he's a back of the pack car. Doesn't really mean much to us.
Clear high. Outside door. Clear outside.
Ugh.
Car high. Clear high if you
Be
want it.
around or be racing? That's what, 22 years from now, something like that.
1 low.
So Larson would technically qualify as 2010s.
Clear inside.
I could see him still racing in the dirt circuit. Maybe some local stuff. But as far as like in the Cup Series, no one. And as far as alive, I would hope the majority.
1 up high. Clear high if you want it.
Oh
Car
my
outside.
goodness. Do we not have cautions on? They're either really relaxed or we have no cautions on. The car is killed. Oh. Yes. Massive problems. Is it at the end of 26 or 27? So Michael said 27, I think. I don't know. I didn't see that before I started the stream, so this must be pretty recent news. End of 27. Good, good, good. Gives me another year to get some 48 stuff. And also, like, I'm guessing they keep the 48. The 88 was never really a Hendrick number, but they could also bring back the 25 if they really wanted to. Okay, we're a half second slower than the leader, but they're on fresh tires, so that's a little understandable. 6th place, pretty good drive from last. I think they're still probably a handsome chunk better than us. Whenever I start one-hand racing, I feel like Carson Hocevar in his streams, when he's racing around real people on iRacing and just not paying attention at all. He's be talking to chat. He's going 180, 3 wide. Just takes out half the field. Doesn't care. Doesn't react. I don't know if I have a UPS diecast. I might have the car before that. Like the Ford Service, whatever it was. The red, white, and blue car. I might have that one. UPS car was classic, but it was not a looker. Ugh. Let's go ahead and downshift here. Ugh. Little button press. Oh, yes. The Drive the Truck commercials. That was one of the coolest things in one of the old EA games. It may have been 06 or 07. I forget which one it was. But you could drive the truck. And I think that's what you would type in the in-game thing is drive the truck. And you would unlock the UPS truck. And it didn't handle very well. But when you got it up to speed, that truck could haul. No pun intended. Like, video games are supposed to be fun. I know iRacing, they want to make a realistic or an accurate product, but let us have some fun with the game. You know, turn on some cheat codes. You can have them disabled in multiplayer by default and just let hosts select if they want to enable them. I have, like, moon gravity, easy blowovers. Let us toggle grip. Let us toggle horsepower. Change the draft settings. You know, I want to do some wild stuff.
1 low.
Oh my goodness.
Clear low if you want it.
I didn't know whether he was gonna or where he was gonna stop. That was dangerous. I feel like a lot of video games have forgotten, first and foremost, it's supposed to be fun. And I know everyone's like a tryhard now. Everyone tryhards in Call of Duty. Everyone tryhards. You know, even in 2K, there are people that buy the Cronus or the you know, all those aim assist devices for Call of Duty typically. but they have a script where it auto greens your shots. Like, everyone's tryharding constantly. But we're supposed to be having a good time. It's like some silly cheat codes could be a fun thing. Like, what was it, NASCAR 98 maybe, that had the tow truck you could play as, and then Dirt to Daytona had four-wheel drive mode, where it would change the handling characteristics of the car as if you were racing a front-wheel drive car. That was awesome. And then they had the giant crew member that would replace one of the cars on track. And it would just be a giant crew member running around the track. Some fun stuff. Paintball mode. I feel like the online portion would have a lot more longevity if they would add in some silly stuff. Instead of, like, it's fun to hop in random lobbies and stuff, but most of them turn into wreckfests. So if you made lobbies where the goal was to wreck, or had wrecking involved, or enhanced wrecks involved, then I think it would clean up the normal lobbies. Maybe that's a flawed theory, but it sounds decent when I say it out loud.
20 to go now.
Let's go, Truex.
One outside.
Let's go back with
Clear
two
eye if you want
hands
it.
now. I had to rest my right hand a little bit. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Inside.
Okay.
Clear low if you want it.
Okay. A lot of attrition in today's race. Fantasy tracks, exactly. Fantasy tracks. I don't understand why they removed the Roval. Or they have Portland on. I don't know if Portland's coming back next year, but, like, you already have it designed. Just put it in the game. Or, like, Kentucky. I know they don't have an updated scan for Kentucky, but they could just put the old version in the game. It doesn't have to be pixel perfect. Yeah, let us race on Mars. Let us race on their version of Rainbow Road. Like, yeah, fantasy tracks are awesome. Like, it's obvious they're not going to give us paint schemes as unlockables. As much as people are nostalgic for it, they're not going to do it because they want to make money with the microtransactions. So to substitute, you could have, you know, humorous comedy drivers or legends, perhaps. Again, you have to deal with licensing, but it doesn't have to be a one-to-one match. You don't have to include every sponsor. It would be cooler if they would, but yeah. That gives them an excuse not to, but like Drafty Car does. They just do like off-brand, you know, parodies of real-life driver names. And same with the paint schemes. It's just accurate enough that you know who it's supposed to be. I would be okay with that. Yeah, let us race through the middle of Times Square. Right down Broadway. Or race across the Brooklyn Bridge and back. Daytona Road Course, yeah. Considering it's already like in the game in terms of the appearance. Yeah, I know. it's not modeled in the game one-to-one, but if you could free cam it, it's there. I'm guessing the only game to have that would have been Ignition. I wouldn't know because I didn't play much Ignition because it kind of sucked. I saw Gary was playing Ignition today. He tweeted out, I just booted Ignition, something like that. All right, our tire light's on. Hey, if we can be the first car one lap down or still in the lead lap, that would be awesome. Be a pretty big win for us. We pit early, got our lap back, had issues coming out of pit road. Few near misses, and we're still in 6th place. I feel like Bubba Wallace. I might be almost a lap down, but I'm still 6th place. We're killing it. A Rumble too. I feel like that was the goal with Unleashed. But it didn't live up to expectations. And also, that was the beginning of the end for NASCAR gaming for a while. Like, sure, it was like only a couple years later we got
Clear high.
NASCAR the game 2011, but that game was really bare bones. Oh, aggressive goes around. Oh my goodness. They were my shield to stave off Byron gaining on us. I guess that held up Byron. That's awesome. I was looking at Truex and I was like, I guess he's 7th place. Like, he's moving up really fast. And then he died. That was pretty awesome.
10 to go this
It would be
time.
awesome just to be the Tropicana Orange.
1 low. Clear low.
One thing I want them to bring back. Oh, that was Briscoe? I thought that was Truex. That's right. That was the red, white, and blue, the
Outside now.
patriotic scheme. We saw Truex earlier. I saw Truex on the brain.
Clear outside.
Mentally, I'm still in 2020. Good to see you, Claypool. I have my stream ready to transfer to yours, but I don't know if I'll still be live at 6 p.m.
Car high. Clear high if you want it. One outside.
Can this stage just end?
Stay low.
Am I doing this full race? I do not know. We'll see what happens in this next stage. I just by default have my races set to 100%, and so when I want to go in and test, it's just already here. I wanted something brought back. Yeah, I got really distracted. I saw Clavel in the chat. I don't know, I got a little excited. Oh dear. Should stop racing with one hand. Now I'm resting my left hand. This is strategy. Just let the stage in, please. Oh my goodness. Through the infield. Yeah, I want Jimmy Spencer to come back. Okay, yeah, what I wanted to come back. A lot of people wouldn't like this, and a lot of people would turn it off, I think. But I really enjoyed in the old NASCAR games, NASCAR 2000, 2001, were the announcers Okay, all right. So when the tires hit 20%, the car starts coming around on you.
5 to go now.
I was about to compliment the car on how good it felt today. Oh my goodness, and we're not even going to be the first car lap down now.
Car
Thank
low.
goodness. I was having too much fun.
Clear, clear.
Car was so stable until the very end of this run. Yeah, bring back the announcers, and then, you know, you can
Inside
toggle
door.
it off if you would
Clear
like. Oh my goodness.
low. 1 on the bottom.
This is fine.
Outside.
I don't think I have cautions on anyway.
3 wide. Clear low if you want it.
I mean, the game
starting now,
knows
time to go.
when your spotter is going to be saying something when there's cars around you. So the announcers could chill out if you're in the middle of something. If you're in the middle 3 wide, maybe you could be like, I want more commentary, less commentary, no commentary. I think more people just want to listen to their
We're
spotter.
not going to win a trophy with the engine off. Fire it up now.
My blood pressure spikes about 20 points when TJ starts yelling at me. I get pissed off. Sitting here trying to keep my train of thought in this 90-degree sauna of a room. And I have TJ yelling at me. Just step away for a moment. Get some water before I die. Didn't even talk much today at work. My voice is just going out. I guess because I was listening to ABBA this morning. Oh, I had relaxed yellow flags on and we didn't get any? That's wild. That's actually wild. Let's go to Indy. I don't think I've been here at all. Maybe one time in a multiplayer lobby. So this should be interesting. Our buddy Jason's going to be there. He's going to be at all of the races in Indianapolis this weekend. Go ahead and skip it. I don't know what the car is going to do. Yeah, Commander was in here earlier and he was talking about things he might like to see. And as much as I would like a spectator mode, as much as I would like league support, this and that, or like adding a showcase mode, adding legend drivers, I don't think we're going to see anything like that yet. From what they've talked about so far, it sounds like more quality of life improvements. And I think a lot of people are going to be upset and say, oh, this is something we should have had last year. These are things that should have been last year's game. Well, car's a little loose. Oh, Commander's still here. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see major changes. All right, when do I have to brake here? Not that much, apparently. I just have to imagine I'm in turn 3 at Pocono every lap, or every corner. But like something that involving statistics, that could be easily implemented. I'm not sure how well they're, or how good their modelers are, or how many people they have on staff for it, but I think a trophy room would be pretty easy to implement. The issue you run into that with is like you would be using the year-old trophies, and then it's more stuff to license, perhaps. Oh my goodness, I did it again. I don't often use this screen. This screen purely exists so I don't leak the lobby information for the stream car races. That's the only reason I made that whole scene.
Car outside. Clear high if you want it. Inside. Clear inside. Car outside.
All right. I mean, the more I run chase cam, the less I hate it.
Stay low.
But
Clear up top.
I can just see so much better like this.
One high.
I'm on wheel. I almost always play on wheel now.
Clear outside.
Years ago when I had a different setup, I was on wheel and I did a lot of iRacing back in the day. But then I got away from it for a while. I just didn't have anywhere good to mount my wheel.
Outside door.
But now with my setup,
3 wide.
I have my PlayStation where it can come through one of my computer monitors.
Clear outside.
And I can just plug the G29 over into my PlayStation and keep going. So I'm pretty much wheel all the time now. The exception for the moment is Gran Turismo 7. I haven't switched over to wheel on that one yet.
Door.
It's a ton of fun. I've raced it in VR a few times, but you really got to nail down your settings. Unlike this game, where there's no force feedback to speak of, that game, maximum force feedback, you feel it, and it sounds like the steering wheel's about to fall apart. Yeah, our tires weren't looking very good. But we did pit like 20 laps earlier than everyone else. So perhaps on the long run, if we are a little more careful, we can be good.
Car low. Clear inside.
Still no clue where to brake here. Oh, good night. That's awful. Yeah. Don't want to be up past 350. Also, later in the run,
low.
I was Hosabarring it. I have to do one thing or the other, which is why during 98% of the stream car races, I'm deafened on Discord. I'm one of those people that can't chew gum and walk at the same time. So forming thoughts and racing well, those are two things that don't go together. So we weren't taking it the most seriously.
Stay high. Clear low.
Yeah, that would make sense if we hit 380, if our tire temp hit 380. Makes sense why we were losing traction suddenly.
One bottom.
Oh, yeah. No, I think one of the 2 times I went off track, one of the only 2 times I went off track this last week, one time I was looking over at chat for a second. Oh, my goodness. This track is going to be insane in the IndyCar game.
Outside door.
Because 2 wide will be possible, but not optimal. And especially if they run with like a dynamic track, which they probably will, considering NASCAR 25 will have, or NASCAR 26 will have it. That'll be crazy. High side, it's just full of marbles. You can go up there, but it's extremely risky.
Stay low.
Oh, for sure.
Clear outside.
I forget where I heard 350 as the number.
1 inside. Clear, all clear.
I was watching some video. I forget. Maybe someone racing Martinsville.
Clear outside.
It honestly could have been Radman. Oh, last lap. That'll be me on the first lap. That game's going to be a huge learning curve. Because open wheel racing, I always struggle when I do it on Gran Turismo. Because you have to be so much more precise with your braking points. You go a lot deeper into the corners. And then you have so much acceleration. It's so easy to spin the wheels. And then, aside from the ovals they run, I've watched IndyCar every season since '09 full time. I've seen the tracks on TV. That doesn't mean I know them. That doesn't mean I know the braking points. So learning the tracks is going to be a massive learning curve, which I'm hoping... This is one of those little tweaks that I wish they would add is an informative line. We had one in the old Thunder games. That was a great way to learn the tracks. Oh, yellow here. This is where I let off. This is where it wants me to brake. Oh, awesome. And it would be a little more technical, but if they could add the dynamic track to that. So you run practice, you run a whole stint on tires, and over the course of the run, you can see how the ideal line migrates. Like, oh, on fresh tires, I can run low. On old tires, I need to migrate up, or like I need to start diamonding. That would be so useful for casual players, beginner players, but especially for road courses. I mean, that would just be a great little feature. Yeah, I think especially in the IndyCar game, just because all of the road courses, which, to be honest, I mean, I think the IndyCar game will bring in some people. I've always believed that NASCAR needs a decent video game. There's so many people that I've talked with in chat that are like, oh yeah, I got into NASCAR because I had NASCAR Thunder 2003. It's like, oh yeah, NASCAR needs a successful game. IndyCar could be the same way. It could bring in people. Uh-oh.
Yellow's out.
I was going to kamikaze. I didn't even talk much today. I just sang a little ABBA. I feel like so much should be optional. Or like, I don't know. The corner cuts in this game are annoying, especially when you barely touch the curb and it calls a corner cut. One thing that really annoys me is how the game handles it. It doesn't even do it in a realistic manner. So,
be ready now.
You get the corner cut penalty. Your car slows down for,
Car high.
what, 5 to 10 seconds, depends on how fast you're going, which is enough time anyway to get back. And then it sits there for 10 seconds. And then you have to get back up to speed.
Outside.
So you're losing 30 seconds on a penalty
Car outside.
that in real life could probably be served in 15 seconds. If not a lot less. Like if you blow turn 1 at Portland,
Stay low.
you can park the car
Clear
very
high if you want
quickly
it.
because you're already
Inside.
way down to speed. All right, Todd. The Todd father. The bracket buster.
Stay high. You're all clear.
Yeah, I
One
think
outside.
for video game purposes,
Car
they would be
high.
better off serving the penalties like Gran Turismo does, where it applies an estimated
Clear up
time
top.
penalty, and then maybe have 2 lines on track. One, let's say it's a 11-turn track. One in turn 3 and one in turn 8. 2 sectors where you would serve the penalty, or wherever the 2 straightaways are on track, the 2 longest straights. And just have that be the area you give back your time.
One outside.
purely for a video game purpose,
Clear.
I feel like that would be a better way to do it than what we see nowadays.
Car outside. Outside now. Clear high. One outside. Clear outside. Car high.
Sorry, Daniel.
Clear high.
Mi amigo. I'll help out Daniel a little bit. Give back some of that negative karma.
Outside.
Indianapolis. It's kind of cooking.
All clear.
I don't think I've
Outside.
ever been here in this game. So I started my career on PlayStation, came over to
Clear high if you want
PC, and then I forget what the fix ended up being, but I had an issue where the game would just crash randomly. So I went back to PlayStation. And so I never made it past the first few races of the Xfinity season in my career. So there are a lot of tracks that I've never been to. Not in this game. I'm extremely excited for the
Outside door.
ovals. Earlier we were talking about fantasy tracks and even real life tracks that should be in the game but aren't. Like
You're
Kentucky
all clear.
should live on in the video game world. If it's not going to actually be raced and they still own the track, put it in the game. I'm not sure what licensing, what's that like, or what that is, you know. What's the deal there? Auto Club could be in the game. Even if it's not called Auto Club, you could call it California Speedway or California Raceway, so, you know, anything. Give it any fake name you want. Call it Data Center Speedway. And have it be the track layout of Auto Club, but you're racing inside of a data center.
Inside.
I forget where I was going with that. But I was cooking. I was cooking.
Clear inside.
Texas World Speedway. That would be sick. Oh, okay. Yeah, where I was going with it. Since they already have these intermediates that
One
IndyCar
inside.
has raced at
Clear
in the
inside.
past, they already have it modeled. They already have it laser scanned. Put it in IndyCar. Put it in the IndyCar game. Whatever they're going to call it. IndyCar 27, 28. Whenever it finally comes out. iRacing Super Speedway. Great idea. Next gen at California. Thankfully, I never played
One
Arcade
bottom.
Rush.
Clear low.
I was actually somewhat interested in it until I saw the
Outside door.
gameplay, and then I was like, oh,
Clear high.
that's nothing at all like NASCAR Unleashed. No, thank you. There are more licensed paint schemes in Fortnite than there are in a NASCAR branded game. I don't know how, but there are.
One bottom. Clear, all clear. Car high.
All right, let's go, Eric. I'm sorry, Ryan Priest. I'm sorry. Let's not
Car high.
right hook myself.
Clear outside. Outside. Clear high if you want it.
Hey, welcome back, Chris. We are up the track. I honestly thought a caution had come out. exactly what we're looking like. I feel like I'm just giving it a ton of wheel. That felt better. It's hilarious how some games are so mod friendly and will even have official mod support, and then other games actively discourage it. Like, this game has been hard to mod because of the encrypted files, from what I've heard. I haven't tried to do it myself.
Inside now.
And then you have games like Doom, where they have the official mod launcher built into the game. I guess that was Doom Eternal that has that. If only every studio cared as much as id Software.
One inside.
Who allowed us to import custom schemes?
Clear inside.
Especially because the overwhelming majority of people play offline only. Why not? And then if you go online with a custom scheme, you can just have it show up as a random car. Like, there are ways to get around that. Because I understand, like, iRacing's probably not going to ever host our paint schemes on one of their servers. You know, if we're going to import customs.
Inside door.
Because of licensing, because they may be selling an identical paint scheme through microtransactions, but
Car inside.
I don't know. It would be really nice to have the ability
Clear bottom.
to make a scheme through a third-party tool or through a website and import it over. That would be so
Outside
nice.
now. Clear high if you want
And
it.
there are a lot of features that the last EA games had that are missing. There are features that even the earliest Thunder games had that are missing. It's like, I just don't know how you go into making a new NASCAR game and you're leaving out features that were previously looked at as core to the experience. It's like Call of Duty and getting rid of theater mode. That was so great for content creators.
One on the bottom.
They don't have it anymore. They didn't even bring it back in the port because that's how packs were introduced back in the day. But
Clear inside.
obviously that didn't stop some people. And then something for this game, a photo mode. It would be so nice to just be able to boot up the game, and you can have it like Gran Turismo, where like, sure, you can have a live photo mode where you pause the game and then free cam around, take your picture. That would be the better solution. But if you had to, you could do it like Gran Turismo, where you get a car, you get a background, say from any of the tracks. You can do front stretch, back stretch, turns 1 and 2, just wherever you want to take the photo. You would have a few pre-selected locations on track, drop your car on there, add a few more cars if you want, and then take your snapshot. You could do it that way. That way you could really edit the photo
One outside.
in the game. You know, there are ways they could do it that would help content creation so much. Even just having the ability, photo mode period. Not like doing filters, not messing with motion blur, this or that. Just having a photo mode period would help content creators a ton. Instead of having to go into the very limited replay mode and then try to pick out an angle that you like, then like trying to turn off all the UI that you can.
Outside door.
It's just difficult to get a clean screenshot. Sorry, Ryan Brees. Again. No, free cam definitely. It's definitely not hard to implement. I haven't done any actual game development, but my job for years was a software tester, and when I was in school, that was part of just my hobbies, is I would mess around in the Unity engine, and free cam is an essential tool for like debugging and just getting around your assets. So it's probably already baked in to the engine.
Outside.
They just don't let us use it.
One outside.
But one of the things I was really excited for when I heard iRacing was making a game is like, oh wow.
Car outside.
On iRacing, I know you can go and just join a server and spectate. You can even sit in the stands, so it, you know, doesn't really feel like you're at the track, but it looks somewhat like it.
Stay low.
It would just be neat. And one of the things I would enjoy doing is joining random lobbies and just commentating. You know, these people that I do not know. Random lobbies, I'm just calling their race. That would be a really fun way to spend the off season. This Friday night, load up a lobby and just call the races as I see them. And it's not a foreign concept. Call of Duty had it with their ranked modes way back in the day. They had a codcasting mode built in.
Outside door.
So you could do that. I know Activision and Treyarch is, you know, they're way bigger studios than iRacing, but still. We're talking about 10-year-old features, 15-year-old features.
Still there.
Excuse me, sir. Would you like a bump draft? Or can I?
Still there outside.
Thank you.
20 to go.
Joey did drive a Call of Duty car. It was a GameStop Call of Duty car. They had a lot of different themed cars back in the day. That was...
Stay high.
I would say during the Nationwide series, Adaptive AI win. You're talking about adaptive AI. In Gran Turismo 7, they have Sophie, which is their AI, in air quotes, AI, for controlling the AI cars, the NPC cars, all these guys. And it does drive a little bit different, but it's not very different. But from the job postings that people have been seeing for Polyphony,
Clear high if you want it. Car outside.
they're going to go really heavy into the AI stuff. So the AI should, you know, remember things. He ran me dirty here. I'm going to do it the next time he's around me, stuff like that.
Still there.
But when we get that in these games, I don't know. I don't know. Because right now, you know, we don't have a rivalry system. But back when we did, it was algorithm based.
Clear outside.
So it was like, okay, we have this many incident points between these two drivers. So the next time they get together, you know, they're going to race you a lot differently when you cross that threshold. So I don't know if and when we'll ever see that. iRacing, for some reason, seems to struggle with their AI. Whenever they release AI for a new series or for a new type of racing, it seems like it has a lot of problems. I still keep up with all the patch updates for iRacing. I saw they added Dirt AI, but it doesn't work half the time, apparently.
Bring it in and pit this time. Okay, make any adjustment you need.
Wedge is at 48 by default. That's pretty wild. We can try what bottoming air pressures does. We can just go ahead and try it. The car at the very start of the race was a little twitchy, so this I feel like might free it up a bit too much. So I could go up a half round on the wedge, but late in the run, it felt pretty solid. So I just want to see what it does, what it feels like. Uh-oh. We're going to take an ugly line through here. Yeah, I'm just on a Sunday drive. I'm enjoying talking about NASCAR 26. Yeah. Which adds credence to why some people call it NASCAR Heat 7. $55. I need to go 55.
Whoa up, driver.
I don't know where pit entry is. We were coming in hot. I'll be full throttle for 3 to 4. That's wild. I think these are my first laps at Indy, but I might have been here once. Back around the release date for this game. Time is it? 5:01. Golly. Yeah, NASCAR heat stroke. I'm about to have a heat stroke. I'm sweating through my shirt. I have a giant window in here, and all day it just lets
Careful
in
when you merge in now.
hot air. For all the sunlight. We're merging now.
Outside now. Clear up top.
Hey, Joey. Oh, hey, Alex.
Outside.
They should bring back AARP
Clear high if you want it.
next year to be Alex Bowman's sponsor. That was Jeff's sponsor before he retired. All right, I can go a little harder
You're
now.
all clear.
I think. Yeah, I can go pretty fast.
Car high.
Wouldn't that be nice? I feel like a lot of the passionate devs from the original EA games are probably retired by now, if not just, you know, dead. But it would be amazing if they could pass down some of their knowledge. Oh my goodness, I can enter so hard.
Outside door. Clear high.
Yeah, I didn't see that news before I started the stream, and then we started racing, and Michael came in here and told us that Bowman was done after next year.
Yet, driver.
Wow. Little bogged down there. I really want one of those Mark Martin ball hoses. I know that sounds weird to say out loud, but, you know, if you guys keep up with Mark Martin on Twitter,
outside.
I've talked about it a little bit. He
Clear all
has a
around.
ball hose, or had a ball hose, in his cars. And it came in through the front of the left window and piped in air directly to his balls. I could stream all day if I could do that.
One outside. Clear up top.
This one's for Charlie. Hey, Bell.
Clear high. Outside now.
I hate it for Bell. He's getting so much flack online.
Clear outside. low.
It's funny,
Clear
nowadays, I don't mind Bell. But when he first took over the 20, I did not like him at all. Because I felt like Eric Jones was done dirty. That was back in the day when Joe Gibbs was just milling out drivers. Suarez got brought up really quickly. And was potentially part of the factor of why and when Carl left. And then Eric Jones, he got a couple seasons to prove himself, and then he was sent packing. Yeah. Eric Jones, I believe in him so much. I think if you can win at Martinsville for sure, but at Darlington, those driver-esque tracks, then you have some talent. I also would throw Richmond in that before the Gen 7 era. And I can't explain why Austin Dillon is so good there. But I think he kind of showed it a little bit this last Sunday. In that first stage, Austin Dillon was actually running top 10 on pace. Something about those slightly banked, short ovals. Austin Dillon's just like, I get it. It makes sense.
10 to go now.
Which is a shame. I love Darlington in a lot of the old games, including the Heat games. Oh my goodness, Brad!
Pit road's open this time.
Well, we built some submarines. We'll go ahead and pit again. Let's bump down the wedge.
Pitting now, fellas. Here we come.
I love it in the other games. This game, I haven't put it laps on it recently, but when the game first came out, I'd probably put about 10 hours into Darlington and just never figured it out.
There's the green flag. Car outside.
To me, it feels like it races backwards. 1 and 2 should be the pretty much wide open corner, and 3 and 4 should be the, oh, look at me, I'm in the wall overdriving it corner. And it
Stay low.
feels backwards. Now, maybe I need to go at it again and just work on my line.
3 wide.
But good night.
1 up high.
Darlington in this game.
Clear outside.
Oh, hello, Todd.
Clear up top. Outside now. 3 wide. 1 outside. 3 wide.
If
Outside now.
Kyle Larson hadn't have committed an act of terrorism a couple weeks ago at Atlanta, it would have been Bowman versus Chase Elliott for the final. Uh-oh.
Car high. Caution's out. 3 wide.
It would have been Bowman versus Elliott for that semifinal position. And then maybe the race plays out differently, but it would have been hilarious if Bowman had wrecked when he did and trapped Chase Elliott a lap down like he did. And then eventually goes on and takes the win. I don't think he would have. It probably would have played out pretty similar to how it did in our timeline. But just for the memes, it would have been hilarious if Bowman's spin knocked Chase Elliott out of the bracket if they were going to head-to-head. It still kind of did.
Need to adjust the stop.
No, we're good. We're not going to pit. That timer goes too fast. I'm thinking.
Coming to the green.
Nice and simple. Lift on entry. Clip the apron.
Be ready now.
I've heard that's okay. So when the game first came out, I asked around for tips on Darlington.
1 on the bottom.
And word for word, that's pretty much what they
Car
told me.
inside. Clear all around. 1 low.
And it makes sense, especially if you're single filed out or racing against AI. But man, restarting side by side with somebody, that's going to be intense at Darlington.
Clear low.
That's usually why I just give people positions. If I'm faster, I'll run them back down later. I'm not trying to start any beef like we did with Kenny at Martinsville.
Or outside.
We gave up
Outside.
probably a total of
3 wide.
maybe 12 spots or so during the Portland race and gained most of them back
Clear
throughout the
top.
course of the runs.
1 outside.
We're at the exact same way
2 to go
every
this
lap.
time.
Not
3
bad.
wide.
Not bad. I've actually looked
up
through
top.
your streams before
Car outside.
to try to find if you've driven out at certain tracks. I forget the last one I looked at was. I was like, let me see what line this
outside.
guy's running. I think I've stalked Gary the same way.
Stay low. Clear high. 1 high. 3 wide. Car high. 3 wide. 1 high.
All right, no drafting help here.
Outside now.
But Austin Spindrick's gonna hang out here on the
right
high
here.
side. Oh, who is this? Priest? Coming to give a little
Clear outside.
assistance. I'm sorry, Brian. I can't stay.
1 outside.
Little bump to Mr. Hocevar. I think Zane Smith. I
Stay
think
low.
Carson's in his head. Last week,
Clear up top.
he Hocevar'd. I forget who it was. Was it John Hunter early on? That was a
One
Hocevar
outside.
type move. So I'm just going to have my eye on it. But if Zane
Top
Smith
10 for
wrecks
that
one
lead
more
right there.
person, it's going to be cinema.
Pit road's open
Stalking
this
my
time.
Steam profile. You're not the only one. I've had people Google my name, like on here, find my Steam profile, and just start searching through my like achievements and stuff. And it's like, okay, I didn't know that was public information. I really don't like that. I like people just having my information. I'm always going on those
Cars off.
name and address websites and getting my information taken down.
10 away.
If I was rich, I would buy a house
Go, go, go.
in a different state,
1 low.
and I would have that be my address for everything on public documentation
Clear low.
and just not live there.
1 low.
Now, obviously, for tax purposes, I wouldn't cheat the system
One on
that
the
way.
Clear bottom.
I would pay taxes in the proper
Clear
state that I
inside.
lived in. But
1 low.
for like
Clear low.
random accounts and things where they might sell my data, I'm putting the fake address every time.
1 on the bottom.
Bump,
Clear low.
bump.
1 on the bottom. Outside now. Inside.
The cursed
bottom.
paint scheme. There it is. It's a good-looking paint scheme. I
Inside
have
door.
the IndyCar diecast to my left. You
Clear
guys
high.
can't see it
3 wide.
and never will see it because it's over
Clear
there.
outside.
It's glued permanently to the shelf.
Inside now. Car outside.
But man, Kyle
outside.
Larson has not been the same.
Clear up top. Inside.
Really hasn't been the same the whole time the Gen
Clear
7s
low.
existed. I don't think anyone's quite had those type
One
of
high.
runs since until this season, really. Hamlin's on a
outside.
different kind of streak right now.
Clear outside. Outside.
Reddick was, but I was a little concerned about Reddick winning early
Still
on
there.
because Bell did that last year.
Clear
Won 3
outside.
races and then did nothing for the rest of the year. I think maybe he won one more.
Outside now. Outside.
Oh, low frame rate. Oh my
1
goodness.
inside.
Please
Clear
stop.
bottom.
Well, let's
Clear
get rid
high.
of the
Car outside.
mirror. Zach, you're mad? I'm sorry. Guess who?
Car
Guess.
inside. Clear low if you
Guess
want it.
who's back? But I'm
Clear high
pissed.
if you
I'm
want
sorry, Zach. Hope it's not something I did. I can't get in a shouting contest. My
Stay
voice
low.
is giving out
Clear
already.
high if you want it.
I sang too much ABBA this morning. It should just be at 50. Whatever the default is.
Inside now. Clear low if you want it.
I largely didn't
What
touch much of the
Clear high.
sliders. Gotta make small tweaks to the incident frequency. Yeah, when I first set my sliders on PS5, I literally just copied Radman's 1-for-1. It's like, you know, people can say what they want. You know, people have different opinions on Radman's content. But I think he's a decent driver. I think he's decent. It's just interesting to me on the topic of Radman, how
Carlo.
I guess a little he uploads now
Clear
is
low.
one thing, but he's never been like a live stream
Outside
guy.
door.
And I feel like if he had hopped on that like maybe 4 or 5
high if
years
you want
ago, he could have, you know, really done something. Hey Chase, I didn't know you were back there. I guess some people just might prefer the edited videos. I don't know. I try not to edit videos. That's why I go live, is so I don't have to edit videos. So that line doesn't work. Myth busted. That was just a science test. Oh, no kidding. There are definitely times where my car's way slower. Like maybe I can get into the corner deeper, but their runoff is just so much better. But over the course of the straightaway, because I'm able to fall in behind them, I just get crazy pull, and so it brings me right back to their bumper, and it restarts the whole process. You know, they get the good run out of the corner, I get a good pull down the straightaway, I'm right back on their bumper. So you can definitely float behind people. You can be a couple tenths off their raw pace and just stay with them. Who's in front of us? No, Larson's there. We have Mr. William Byron and Penny Hamlin. I missed your last comment. Is that your fault? Your old phone overheated and quit on you on your birthday? And Zach said his fiance Chloe got him the latest iPhone. Is that the orange one? I stopped using iPhones at iPhone 4. I don't know what
Outside now.
number and letter they're
Clear
on
outside.
now.
Outside now. Clear, all clear.
Sadly, I still have to occasionally use an iPad at work because one of our projects issues out iPads
One up high.
to our clients, and thankfully I don't have to touch them
Clear
much. My project is largely based on a Windows 10 tablet, but yeah, when I use iOS, I'm like, okay, everything's gesture based now. I don't know what I'm doing. There are no indications of what the UI is. Gotta do some witchcraft to get around. My wife will hand me her phone, It's like I want to look something up. Maybe I don't have my phone for whatever reason. And I just can't. I can't get around. I close the app and then I can't find it again. Which I love Mac OS. I just don't like their mobile operating system.
Clear outside.
Yeah.
Car outside.
I think part of that is maybe linked to, like, he started posting a lot less when he started working for NASCAR, and then that ran its course. You know, NASCAR does layoffs a lot, and I think he happened to be in one of the first rounds of layoffs after he started working there. And so maybe it's a angle to get back with NASCAR at some point. Maybe just life got to him. The older you get, the more you have going on.
Stay low.
In terms of, like, if you're dating or married or have a family,
Hold your line.
career taking off, you know. But I think the biggest indicator maybe on that front is that he doesn't post the race reviews anymore.
Clear outside.
And back in the day, his race reviews were up there in viewership with Eric, back when Eric was really getting off the ground. Oh dear. Okay, thought I was out of fuel. The car sounds a little sick right now. Sorry if anyone has epilepsy. What does chase cam look like here? I can be a little more aggressive, a little bogged down on exit. I don't know. Maybe we'll catch Hamlin. Not sure how they do on old tires here. I had to turn down the 102 because I was practicing Charlotte, so they're not really putting up the greatest fight, especially for someone with my level of experience here. Honestly, it's not the most complex track, but it is one where you do have to nail your corners, nail your line if you want the optimal lap time. A lot of these single groove tracks are this way. Is this career? This is not career. I did not miss your last comment. I saw the one about Hamlin, which is why we mentioned catching up to Hamlin. The lag, I don't think, was on my end. I'm not showing any drop frames. Born on the 4th of July. That's a great birthday. Don't do it to Hamlin. I don't know how much longer we're going to go. I have my stream set to transfer over to Claybles, so I would like to make it that far, but we're kind of down in viewership today, so it doesn't really matter what we do. And typically I might be transferring over, like, at least 15 people. And that's a lower viewership day for NASCAR stuff, but it is what it is. Finally filled the AC. You can be really aggressive here with the right line. Good night. When I'm new at a lot of these places, I go really conservative on my entry All right, we were faster that lap. We are catching him, even running through the grass. That's how you can tell I've been there. Running that grass line. Is Hamlin's actually ahead? There's 2 up there. He is 1. Which I never made it to Cup in my career. Made it to Xfinity on PlayStation, then I switched over to PC. And then I ran like 3 ARCA seasons, probably 2 or 3 truck seasons. So I could have been to Cup if I wanted to, but I wanted to stack cash. So I never made it. But with that said, the few times that I've raced Cup doing my 100% races, Hamlin is often in the top 5. And somewhere like Dover, he's usually crushing the competition, which I have a really good Dover setup. And Denny's still faster on 105. I can catch up to him and pass him the first 10 laps of the run, and then Denny just has more grip.
1 outside. Stay low. Clear high.
Yeah, Dover is really fun in this game.
Outside door. Out in front, nice job. Stay low. We just lost the lead.
We'll say that was a side draft.
Stay low. Clear up top.
Is that true? Are we really clear? Okay. So if you look at the lap counter, I don't know if we're going to have a next. Because it's a 100% race. I don't know if we're going to actually finish this race. I would like to go until 6 p.m. which would not have us finishing this race. Should probably run more Charlotte. J.R. Hildebrand. Didn't lose all that much time. It did. Take a look at our temps. Oh, they're pretty high. That inside of the right front, really hot. Car still feels really good.
Car outside. Clear outside. Outside now.
All right, we got that temp to come down a little bit by just easing up. I want to see. Do I want to see some of your schemes? That would be nice. I always like looking at different schemes. You have an idea about North Wilkesboro? Oh my goodness. Okay.
Car outside. Clear high.
Does the game not care because we're
Clear
on
high.
the straightaway? Inside of that left front's just going to be hot. Wilkesboro was boring. I disagree. Like, sure, it wasn't a door-to-door barn burner, but that was a very traditional stock car race. Only in the last couple generations of car, the late Gen 6 era and this Gen 7 era, have we gotten the really close racing. You know, obviously guys could get close on occasion. Battles for the lead. That's why certain battles for the lead go down in history. Craven and Kurt Busch. You know, that's why that one lives on. Because that was the time period where guys at Darlington would get 5-second leads. You wouldn't see a close finish. You know, a 13-second lead at an oval was realistic. Also, more guys DNF'd back in the day. Mechanical failures. You don't see that as much as anymore. So to see as many guys go down a lap as they did was really as classic as you can get. You go back far enough, there are races where only the leader finished in the lead lap. If that happened nowadays, you would have people with pitchforks burning down NASCAR headquarters, but, you know, at least burning down Twitter. Not every race can be a side-by-side, you know, crazy battle. Part of what makes racing enjoyable is not just the drivers versus each other, but the drivers versus the track, the drivers versus the car. And I think it was a perfect little throwback race. And we still had a good battle towards the front. I just think Joey was the best car out there. Maybe if we had gone on another 100 laps, the balance would have shifted fully in Denny's favor. But it was interesting, especially times where we had guys on 4, guys on 2, guys on no tires. And, you know, we saw a lot of comers and goers because of that. And we saw all these different ways to get around the track. We had guys that really favored the high side. We had guys that could wrap the bottom really well, at least initially. That's Ryan Blaney. It's like, yeah, it wasn't a peak 3 wide at the finish kind of race, but I don't think it was boring. But you also have to take into account, I say this in some of my post-race videos, occasionally in the post-race streams, I'm extremely biased. I enjoy pretty much every race I watch. The only times I'm really critical is if I see dirty air affecting the trailing cars. And like, if there's an invisible bubble, I may not get that mad about it. You know, you can tell when a guy stalls out about 3/10 back. You know, depending on what track, it may be a little more. You can tell.
One low.
And that's hard to watch. But it makes me really mad when a guy can catch up and then his car darts up the track. That pisses me off. Extremely. Where did Austin Dillon and SVG finish? SVG finished 5th, I think. Dillon, I'm not sure, but I think it was further back. Like quite a bit further back. He was top 10 in the first stage, but he fell back and never really caught back up.
Clear up top.
But I can't remember exactly. After I watch a race, I brain dump everything about it. I mean, SVG basically said that in an interview a couple weeks ago. So that's why he enjoys NASCAR, is unlike some other disciplines of racing, you don't really 100% know who's going to win. And like, sure, you can say the same for other things, but specifically Formula One, you know going into the weekend, like, okay, this manufacturer's been hot all year. this is the #1 car for that team, that guy's probably going to win. And if it's a year where they have parity, well, you also have World Endurance, and you have IMSA. And certain tracks, even with balance of power, one manufacturer might have the advantage of that track.
And pit this time. All right, change up the strategy and we'll do the work.
Oh, golly.
Back it down.
Okay. I don't like what's going on here. We'll go ahead and say yes, because I think I'm going to...
Pit this time.
All right, we're just going to bring out a caution.
Yellow's out.
I hate the pit stuff in this game.
You happy with these pit options?
I hate it so much.
Get up on the wall now. We're coming.
We got a caution. Yeah, Zach, if I miss it, you're just going to have to repeat it. I can only see about 5 comments at a time, and if they're longer comments, maybe only 2 or 3 at a time. It's a very small chat window, and I'm not looking at chat constantly. Because my screen's here, right in front of me.
20 to go.
Chat is over here.
Inside door. 1 on the bottom.
Like 4 feet away.
Clear. We're outside.
I try not to miss comments, but it's pretty much every time without fail. If I look over to read chat, I just miss my line completely or crash.
Outside door.
Which is why I hardly ever look at chat during the stream car races. Tag thinks Homestead's where I see that one. That's the very last comment I can see. I think your opinion of Homestead being boring, I think a lot of people would roast you
Car high.
over an open fire because of that statement. I love Homestead because of the multi-group nature.
Stay low.
Also, just the blue walls. That's just aura.
Car outside.
Yeah, just go a little gentle here. I know I could really push it and gain a ton of time, but honestly, even with the tires getting above 350, the inside of the right front, it wasn't handling poorly. That was not great.
Stay high. Clear. 1 low.
At Homestead, it's a fun track. That's another one I don't feel like they nailed 1-to-1 in this game. And maybe there's a bit too much off-throttle time, but
Clear low if you want it.
it's a fun one.
Car outside. All clear.
It's definitely going to be a lot better as the season finale than Phoenix ever was.
Still there.
And Dega, I love Talladega,
Outside now.
but Talladega in the Gen 7,
Clear high if you want it.
it sucks. And I know they're fuel saving. When we watched the race this last year, I was watching their lap times, lap after lap. And like, oh, this lap they're 3 seconds off the pace. This lap they're 4 seconds off the pace. Now you can see just by their lap times, like how much they're saving, and it's ridiculous. But then, you look at the fans that are at the track. The majority aren't diehards. The majority are not. You have casual fans that just tune in each week, and they don't listen to people talking online about the fuel saving. They don't listen about, to those discussions. And then a lot of people that go to Talladega are there for the party. That's the only race of the year they watch, is the one they go to in person.
Stay low.
And so most people at the track were enjoying themselves, and it's still fun to see. Like, they're running 3, sometimes 4 wide, and like, yeah, they're 4 seconds off the pace, and You know, anyone that went there back in the Gen 4 days knows, like, how far off the pace they are.
Clear.
And, like, you can
Outside
hear
door.
it. It's not just a visual thing. You can hear how off the pace they are. Even the late Gen 6 era, when we were hitting over 200,
Still there?
it was something to see, but to the casual fans, it's still
Clear
an
high if you
amazing
want.
race. But, you know, any of us that are here on this stream, this channel, and the algorithm we've established, for the most part, you're not a casual. Like, you pretty much know what's up. It's all right to have different opinions, though. There are some tracks
Outside
I'm
door.
sure that I don't like as much that other people love.
Clear outside.
Like in the past, I have been very negative about New Hampshire, but New Hampshire the last several years has somewhat redeemed itself. And the other one would be, well, one thing, I don't really like Phoenix. Never really have liked Phoenix. But Pocono. Don't like Pocono. But the saving grace and the reason why I back off and don't insult Pocono is because I know there are so many people that love being there at the track, and I see the stands full now that they've gone to one date a year. And good for that track. So Pocono can stay, but my goodness, the races are not fantastic.
Car high. Clear high.
Yeah, Zach, I see you said I missed your last two comments, but I can't even see your last comment.
Outside now.
The last comment I can see is Christian's about Homestead. When I'm racing, I can't see every comment.
Clear outside.
If I had a plugin that could read it back to me, maybe that would work, but from the ones I've seen, it's usually really delayed.
Car high.
Trust me, I've looked into it. I don't like missing comments.
Clear high.
That's why I really enjoy the race streams we do, the watch-alongs, because I'm able to read pretty much every comment. You don't really like San Diego or the Indy road course? Well, for you, you no longer have to worry about the Indy road course because none of the series race there anymore. Now, Indy still does, and IMSA still does. Hamlin fan, good to see you. I'm sad about it. I hope it was his decision. It's just, I like Bowman a lot. I like his personality. I know Junior liked him a lot, which is why he was pretty much handpicked to be Junior's replacement. I'm just really disappointed. This is kind of how his time in the 48 went.
Car outside.
I think
Clear,
Hendrick
clear.
somewhat lost a step when we went to the Gen 7. And the 88 team didn't used to look so far off the pace, especially when Byron was a younger driver. His first few seasons were not the greatest. So Bowman would usually outpace him or run around the same. And he would maybe get a win or two per season. They moved to the Gen 7
go.
and, still got a win here and there, but the injuries, concussion, broken back, inner ear issues, the vertigo, it's just really disappointing. But I hope it was his decision. I hope it wasn't like we have these plans, we kind of need you to retire around this point in time. kind of deal. 'Cause I feel like a lot of drivers late in their career are somewhat pushed out a little earlier than they want to leave.
Caution's out.
Oh, Kyle Larson doing the accurate thing.
Pit road is open.
Great grandmother passed away May 4th, 2026. That's sad. But that's awesome that you know got to spend time with your great grandmother. On my mother's side, my great grandmother was already dead, I think, when I was born. Knew my great grandfather a little bit on that side, and then my great grandparents on my dad's side were alive when I was a child, but like I didn't get to know them as people.
Pit road's open this time.
It's awesome. I know it's hard to do in today's economy, in today's society, to have kids early.
Green.
But it is such... I mean, it can be a good thing. It's not always a good thing. But it can be a good thing if you make it work.
Inside now.
Because you get to be a younger parent. And then...
Clear low if you want it.
When you become a grandparent one day...
One outside.
You get to be younger. You know, you're not 70 years old and
Clear.
About to croak. You can be in your late 50s. If not even younger, depending on how fast your kids get after it. That's
Inside.
a
Clear low.
good thing.
Car outside.
Well,
Clear up top.
I don't know. Do we know that Denny's done at the end of next year? Do we know 100%?
Car outside. 5 to go this time.
I liked the rain Roval race. I had tickets for that one. I had
Clear
tickets
eye
to the
if you want
Roval 2 times and didn't make it either time.
One bottom.
I hope
Clear
Brad's
inside.
able to at
One
least have one more
inside.
competitive season
Outside
where
door.
he wins 2 to 3 races
One outside.
and maybe has a run deep into the chase. But I just don't know if that'll come to fruition. But man, do I respect Brad
Stay low.
for taking the path he did. He could have stayed with Penske and won another championship.
Clear
Maybe
high.
2 more championships. You know, we don't know. He definitely would have won more races than he has at RFK. But man, does he have a bunch of second place finishes at RFK.
Car low.
Does he
One
win the
high.
championship this year? It will be his last season next year. I haven't heard that for sure.
One inside.
And maybe he said it, but last year he said he had 5 years left.
Clear inside.
So if that's true, or if that's still true, then that means he would have 4 years left after this year. But like we know like what happened in the off season, and then he is older, but he's kind of at the peak of his career, performance-wise. But you know, it's better to go out on top than it is to go out struggling to run 20th. I am not sure who you're referring to, Chris. Ugh. Are you talking about an actual hamster? In terms of the falling off your bed? Or a suggestion, if Brad retires after 27, if Laidrick stays in the front row. And Brad takes Zane. Oh, maybe. I think some of it maybe
outside.
depends on what happens with the
Clear outside.
charters. You know, they definitely need a charter at some point for all 3 cars if they want to stay a 3-car operation. I don't think Brad would want to leave the team and then shrink it immediately. You know, Brad's trying to build RFK, and that seems like the antithesis of building. Shrinking your team. Read your prior. I see the prior about hamster shall stay, and then that he would be in pain, but I can't see past that. I was trying to say that with Zach earlier. I can't see very many comments. I can see like 4 to 5, depending on the length of the comments in front of them. So if it's already scrolled off the screen, I can't go back to that. Not while driving. He's talking about his cat. Oh, that's not good. I hate to see animals in pain. Thank you, Zach. Zach reads the comments. Recently, like over the last few months, I've probably spent $1,500 on my dog. He had some problems. It's only his second time like having to go to the vet for like an issue.
Pit road's open this time.
And then I had to take him a third time, and the first time was like $500 something, maybe $600. I don't know what it was. And this last time it was $500 or something. I forget what it was. A lot of money. And then I got his shots done, which was over $100. That was a different day. And I took him to the groomer, and that was over $100. And so, good night. Dog is expensive. So we have 61 laps remaining. I guess I'm not pitting.
Pace car's off. Be ready now. Green, green. 1 outside.
So I'm okay with staying out here. I think we can make it to the end. Oh, I short shifted there. That was ugly.
Outside door.
Was it trying to? I was trying to change menus here.
3 wide.
Our tires are going to be wrecked in 19 laps.
Hold your line. Inside door. Clear high if you want it.
200. That's crazy.
One on the bottom. All clear.
All clear. He's right there. That's about how clear Alex Bowen was last weekend.
Clear inside.
This track's really fun.
Caution. Pit road is open.
That's rough, Chris. Should I pit? No.
Pace car's off. 10 away.
Lady Gaga.
Outside door.
The cat. That's wild.
Car high.
My dog's named after Charles Barkley. The guy.
Outside door.
Named Charles Barkley.
Clear high. Car high. Stay low. Car outside. Clear high if you want it. Outside now. One on the bottom. Clear outside.
Are you serious? Chase Elliott beat me there.
Clear bottom.
So they're going to have a lot of drafts running how they are.
Outside.
I don't know. I don't know if we're going to have enough fuel.
Stay low.
Oh my goodness,
Clear
another
outside.
caution. Well, now we might have enough fuel to make it.
Yellow's
After
out.
another stop, obviously.
Pit road's open this time. Coming to the green.
That somewhat happened with my hamster.
Be ready now.
You just mentioned hamster. I had a dwarf hamster.
There's the green flag. Car outside.
And I would get him out, and I would just hang out with him constantly. I had him constantly.
One up high.
Whether he was in his ball, or whether he was just sitting next to me on the couch, and he would just sit and... I know he couldn't
Outside
see
now.
the TV, but he would watch the TV with me.
Car outside. Car outside. Outside door. 3 wide.
So that was not optimal, what we just did there.
3 wide. 1 high. Clear high. 1 up high.
Heck of a corner, though. I didn't have to let off there. Go up the track.
Still there.
Can we get a little draft, please? Anyway, I had this hamster. And I was watching TV.
Stay low.
He was in my
Clear up
hand. And he looked up at me. He was on his back. He like looked up at me. And he took one big breath, like a yawn. And that was his last breath. He died. That was it. In my hands. I tried to do CPR, and it didn't work. And it was sad.
Car high. Stay low.
What day is more important, Taco Tuesday or flirting with disaster Friday?
Still there. Clear high.
I prefer flirting with fat guys Friday. Really just fat guy Friday in general. Thick thigh Tuesday or thick thigh Thursday. That's a good one. 2-ball Tuesday.
1 outside. Clear high if you want it. Car outside. 1 inside. Clear low if you
See,
want it.
okay. Oh my
all
goodness.
But you gotta let us know before you bring it in.
That's what happens when I read comments while racing. That's why I don't just stare at the chat the whole time. It's way off center of my main monitor. Oh my goodness. It was one thing to lose all that time. I wasn't that upset. Then we get left hooked down pit road. Thanks to the amazing game design, we don't get to pit.
Stay on the blend line now.
Oh yeah, we'll stay on the blend line. Gonna upshift so I don't spin the rears.
Caution.
Yeah, that's what I
You wake in
thought.
there? Pit
That's
road's
what I
open this time.
thought.
Want to change anything up? Sounds good. We're coming in.
That
fellas.
sucked.
Pace cars off.
I say, yeah, hamsters are wild. You can get some wild
Be ready.
stories with hamsters. That is for sure.
Go, go, go. 1 bottom. Clear bottom.
I had a
Car
hamster
inside.
that exploded,
Clear
and
all
to this
around.
day I don't know how. I think someone stepped on it and doesn't want to fess up. I think
Stay high.
they got it out,
Clear inside.
panicked
One
when
on
it
the
bit
bottom.
them, dropped
Car
it, and
outside.
accidentally stepped
Clear low
on
if
it,
you
and
want
then
it.
put it back in
3
the
wide.
little container.
Car outside. 3 wide. Clear high if
To
you want
this
it.
day, no one has
3
admitted
wide.
to stepping on my hamster, but I know it happened.
Clear high if you want it. Clear all around. 3 wide. Car outside. 4 wide. Clear bottom. Outside. 3 wide. Car outside. Outside now. 3 wide. Outside. Outside. Clear, all clear. Clear outside. Car outside.
Yeah, it's very dangerous to
3
be
wide.
driving at night without your headlights on. Not just for you,
Clear high
but
if you want it. You're all clear.
for the cars around you.
Outside door.
'Cause if you're looking for headlights and it's really dark out, the
On up
moon,
high.
or even raining, yeah, good luck seeing them.
Clear high if you want it. Car high. Clear outside. Car outside.
I'm going to push this pretty hard the next few turns.
Outside door.
Did Cindric survive
Clear high
that?
if you
Okay.
want it.
I was wondering if Cindric lived. Sometimes that little side
Outside now.
contact will upset them a lot.
Clear outside. Car high. Clear all
Honk.
clear. Inside. 1 on the bottom. Car high. Clear low. Fastest lap yet, bud. Clear up top.
That is a
Car
definitely a
outside.
weird
Outside.
I guess turn of events, maybe how you could put it.
Clear high.
Never heard anything quite like that.
Inside now. Clear low. Car inside.
Oh, come on, Tyler. I tried to get to his outside, but he came up the track.
Outside.
Bob Barker? That's a good name. Catcher, good to have you.
Clear high.
If I can get to the lead, we'll wrap things up here. My wife is probably home. Oh, my goodness.
Car
Okay, we're going to hold on to it. Go back by Mr. Reddick.
Clear up top.
I thought it'd be a little better than that. Able to hold. This is when I need to start burping the throttle. We are still
outside.
so much better.
Clear up top.
I'm using so much wheel though right now. What are my tips? I was pushing it really hard. Oh my goodness, yeah, that explains it. Our tires are really hot. The default right side must have a good bit of camber in it to get the car to turn. What I think about Bowman retiring, I'm sad about it. I just hope it was on his terms. If it's for his health, I understand.
Car outside. 3 wide.
I have a feeling it won't be the last we see of Bowman in the racing world. I think he'll probably continue his dirt team
Still there.
like a lot of NASCAR drivers have.
Outside door. Clear outside.
Yeah, he does seem really young, but Bowman's been in the sport for a long time because he raced for backmarker teams for ages. And really the only reason he got the opportunity to even drive in the Cup Series was Dale Jr. getting that concussion, or that last concussion that sidelined him for several weeks. So they asked Gordon, obviously, and Gordon's like, okay, I can do a few races, but I'm not going to do all of those races. And so they brought in Bowman. And he almost won the race at Phoenix that year. And Junior liked him a lot. Ally liked him a lot. Or not Ally. At the time, it was Nationwide. Nationwide liked him a lot. And so they kept him on. Interesting. I would like to see him come back and see what he can do in a actual stock car, not the Gen 7. It is actually crazy how many starts the other Hendrick guys get in the lower series, and Bowman doesn't.
Stay low.
Yeah, Bain comes back every now and then.
Clear.
I don't know if he still does, but he used to have a coffee shop in Knoxville, Tennessee, I believe. And you could order coffee from his website, like in the bean form or the powder form. And the box would be autographed by Trevor Bain.
Car high.
Not sure if he still does that.
Car high. Clear high if you want it. Car high. Clear high.
All right, we're going to try to work with Kyle here. They're going to have to pit, though. Like, we could win this race really easily, I believe. Pitting would not go well. I don't know the pit entry here yet. Oh, my goodness. Denny Hamlin wrecking from the lead.
Clear outside. Caution's out.
Oh! We just finished him off.
You want to make any changes here?
That works out perfectly. Let's go down half around on wedge and just see what happens.
Here we come, fellas. Be ready. Pace car's off. Be ready now.
A lot of turnover at HMS.
Green, green, green. Inside.
Around that time period. Gordon leaving. Chase Elliott in. And then Junior being out of the car. Gordon
Inside
back.
now.
Alex Bowman in as well. And then the next year,
Car outside.
Earnhardt's last, I believe.
One high.
Alex Bowman
Three wide.
in full time. And then Jimmy Johnson out of the car. Bring in Kyle Larson.
Still there. Clear, clear. Outside door.
And now Bowman back out of the car.
Car outside. Clear high if you want it. Outside now. Clear outside. Car high.
Oh, Larson's faster.
Clear high if you want it. Outside now. Great job. You got the lead.
Oh, he's coming back.
Hold your line. Clear outside.
I was giving it so much wheel on that last run. My tires got really hot. All right. That'll do it for us. I'm going to send you guys over to Claybull Stream.
Driver, that was your best
I think he's racing NASCAR. That was our best lap. He's racing NASCAR 15, I think.
Low if you want it.
So I hope you guys are able to go over there, join in, let him know that I sent you. And I hope you guys enjoy his stream. He'll carry you guys a little more NASCAR. And we may come back later tonight. Probably not with this game. Probably be playing some Doom if we do stream. I'm not sure if we will. I may be playing COD with my buddies, but I don't know. We may have a stream car race tomorrow. We may stream the truck race. I don't know what we're going to do yet. But, yeah, hope to see you guys over in the Claypool chat.